Hi there, Aquarius. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wow, beautiful orb just run right through there for you to make, I'm hearing the morning beautiful once again. I don't know what that's only to. For a number of you, you feel like I'm so guided. Every time, like, even if I have the worst night, I wake up and I'm one with the world. Wow, beautiful, Aquarius. Got the Father of Swords coming through. There's something that you're like so stimulated by around the time. I'm hearing it in that way. Even if like certain things are like, I'm hearing stalled around this time, or there are a lot of questions. I'm seeing that you're like really like one with the universe. You're like, I don't need to like put on all this makeup as well to make myself feel like I'm understood or that I understand what's going on. I don't know what those lean to. It could be on a social level as well, possibly like the way in which something is represented that is even like in a space of question. Now you have the Seven of Cups again in the center of the spread with the Ace of Cups as well on the left side. We're going to get into it for you, Aquarius. But before we do, thank you for tuning in. This is your new moon in Aries reading. We're here with your March 2020, again, full moon in Virgo reading. Did I say Aries? Okay. Aquarius, did I say word? It's the full moon in Aries, but we're reading for you, dear Aquarius. So we're seeing how your energy moves through this particular point in the moon cycle, and it is the peak. So let's see what peaks out. And right now we've got the beautiful sun here for you peeking out, Aquarius. My gosh, right, getting fancy. Wow, what a beautiful, beautiful orb. Okay, so let's, I'm gonna pull the card off right now. For a number of you, there's something you're just like, you're kind of like, you're unclear of, okay? You're unclear of. I'm hearing it in that way. Three of Swords here coming through. Okay, you're maybe like, you feel like, you know what? I feel like they're not being honest. I'm hearing that as well. I feel, I have the sensation that I'm hearing also like something's not right, or like something is not in the place that it needs to be. I'm hearing that as well. But in spite of that, okay, like even if like something is so, let's say it's challenging my space of intuition, I realize that I'm not just someone, okay, to anyone. I'm someone to me. And me, I'm hearing me to me is the most important. I'm hearing a connective space. It is my relationship to my higher self. I'm hearing that as well, that I savor around this time. I'm hearing so much more than, let's say, anything that I feel I need to kind of save, and be that, a friendship that you feel like I'm hearing I need to salvage. Like there's something that maybe you feel like, I said it, I did what I could. Now it's up to them. I'm hearing this as well, to dance around that, and kind of have their story as well all lined up. So for a number of you, there's something, I think actually, you guys, this looks like an orb, but it's my watch. Is my watch reflecting? Yeah, how interesting. Okay, so I don't know what that means. I've never like had a simulated sort of like orb situation. Like for a number of you, Aquarius, you have, and you know this is the thing. This is what makes it interesting, is that you have, and you know that your spirit guides are kind of, they're like on dial. You're like, I got spirit on dial, no question. Like whenever I feel sore, I just say their name. I'm hearing as well. And they make me feel better. So I don't know what that's alluding to. I'm hearing Leo Libra. There's something that maybe even like you've been like really in the process of creating, and you feel like you've been really meditating, whatever the space is, and that you have this sort of understanding. You're like, things will just kind of like make sense on their own. I have no concern about that. So there's something that is happening in divine timing as you may feel it, even if right now things are kind of like so-called like kind of confusing. Wait, so now we got two. Did you guys see that? Look at this. So there's something like, this is never. I mean, I have like recorded in the snow, in the rain, in the sun, and I've never had a simulated sort of orb experience like this. So I don't know what that might be alluding to. And I've worn jewelry, reflective, everything. Like I don't know. Well, maybe you're even telling someone, you're like, listen, I'm telling you. Maybe someone's like, do you have a plan? Like, how do you know everything is going to work out in the way? And it's like, for a number of you, I'm hearing Leo Capricorn. It's like, no, I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned about the way that the wind is going to tell the winter to wonder when it needs to like introduce itself again. I don't know whether someone's like, again, they're so sure. They're like, it's called a cycle. I'm hearing that as well. Maybe that's what somebody presents of whatever this experience is. They're like, what goes up must come down, and I know that. So for a number of you, I'm hearing you're siding with grace. I don't know what that might be alluding to, but for a number of you, you realize that there's a plan, and maybe it's not related to the action that you take right here, right now. Like, let's say maybe you feel like, well, maybe I have an idea in mind of what it is that I want to even culminate in this space. However, even if I were, let's say, to take an action right here, right now, that I feel would relate me to that eventual sort of reality that will pan out, I understand that I'm hearing the intelligence of the universe is what works wonders, and it's not necessarily my will of action here. So for a number of you, it's to say in this way, you understand that you're also one with the universe, and that your higher self will work in alignment with the universe. So in a certain, yes, it's really like that. For a number of Aquarius, you're like, I don't need to make anything work out. And that's the point that you're at. You're like, I don't need to preach. I don't need to teach. I don't need to talk to toddlers about their tests to make them also want to take it. When the time is right, it will become one. I'm hearing with it. Wow, with itself. To say it in the way of, well, when the future is right and ready for itself, it will be the right time as well. So for a number, you're like, time doesn't exist. It's not a matter of time. It's not a matter of when I also test myself on it or another on it and say, hey, we're ready. For a number of you, this is something that you don't need to also prove, and you know that, and maybe whatever. And there are opinions, and you realize that you have your own, and they're not always going to be something that can be tested. Maybe someone's like, well, give me your proof. What do you mean that the pottery is gonna be perfect after you've created it? Like, you know what I mean? Somebody, maybe as you might feel it in your optical illusion field. I don't know, Aquarius, how you might describe it, but somehow maybe doesn't see, okay, the orientation of your image, I'm hearing as well, that you cast. And for me, it's reflective. You see the Seven of Cups. You see reflection here on this card, Aquarius. You see, I'm hearing childhood. I'm hearing seismic wave. I'm hearing that as well. Seven of Cups here. When you look at this card, right, it can kind of be seen as like illusory in a way. We see that, this kind of looks like a mountain, and it appears to be a dark night sky in the backdrop. And then when we flip it over, we see the sort of dark mountain, and then we see it appears to be, daylight, and this backdrop is the sky. So there's something, maybe that you feel like even like the worst of times can be considered the best, because everything is reflective. Everything eventually turns, I'm hearing the image into the experience. Interesting. So for a number of you, it's a matter of the intensity of your meditation as well. You're heavily meditating around this time on what it is that you want to merge as well, the space of. For a number of you, it's something you want to create. For a number of you, it's a vision. And again, you're like, I'm not concerned about, calling it also that. It doesn't need to be something I'm like manifesting. Like, it's not an either active or passive space. Everything that I create has already been, and everything that I will become has already become. Wow, very interesting. So for a number of you, you are open to the way that future may unfold, and so you're kind of like you're lost but you're not. I'm hearing that as well. Aquarius, I'm hearing Libra, I'm hearing according to Leo and Libra. Okay, they have their opinions, they think they're justified, it's fine. Let them have the jersey on. Okay, that takes them to the shore and tells them that the boat has been waiting and that they belong on it. I don't know what that's going to, but maybe you feel like, well, people need answers in order to accommodate like their actions. But when we realize that we are not like taking on any one particular action that creates our future in our world, we are timeless, and we are spaceless beings that simply just sound. I'm hearing ourselves out loud. Interesting. So somebody is actually in that prospective period of perceiving of the perfection that already is, of the love that lives, I'm hearing truly through this future space. So for a number of you, it's pretty transcendental. You're attracting abundance, but it's not in the same way perhaps that, and this might be what you're claiming, or what you are creating a space to kind of communicate even, or what it is that you are communicating. But there's something that you feel, you know, I'm just resisting this concept of like needing to be rich in order to create the room that you want to live in. Like, I don't know what that's alluding to, reality, whatever it is. Like, no, for no, you're like, it's not even reality. Like, nothing is real or not real. It's not a matter of like the spectrum of realness and the spectrum of reality and throwing some things off the scale and throwing other things, you know, way far on, so far that they also fall. Like, for a number, you're like, no higher sort of form or mentality can actually, you know, I'm hearing Trump the next. I don't know what that's alluding to, but take it as you will. There's something maybe that you feel, and that's enough for it to become real. Very, very, very interesting, Aquarius. Oh my goodness. Oh boy, do you also know the trip you're on very well. Like, for a number of you, this is something that you're meditating. It's something that you're even like, it's higher learning you're passing on. You might be like at even some kind of like, I'm hearing it's a workshop, or like it's in the mountains, even like a retreat program. And it's like an empowerment series. Like, you're talking to, perhaps you're even like training people. You're talking to people about, you know, this space, and you're like kind of like training the eyes to see more than just the monkey does. Like, monkey see, monkey do. Like, I don't know what that's alluding to. No judgment, but. Anyhow, Aquarius, let's jump into your extended. Feel free to access that via the link in the bio box below. We'll see how these energies lead into April. Love and light to you, and always take it as you are. Right? Can be taken, perceived, from or ways. Always heed your personal intuition, and I'll see you there. Bye.